evening, we bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Diego Dario, and in tonight's Game Plan, we'll talk to the former NBA player Earl Clark as he gets set to reinforce the NLEX Road Warriors in the PBA Commissioner's Cup.
We'll also take a look at the preseason preparations of the USD Growling Tigers. And we'll go courtside at the Spikers turf with a vet to find out some interesting stories from men's volleyball. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. As the PBA Commissioner's Cup kicks off today with a pair of exciting games, a team that's looking for a fresh start are the NLEX Road Warriors, and former NBA player Earl Clark is here to talk about that. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the PBA. Earl, how you doing?
Hey, Earl.
I'm doing good, man. Thanks.
Well, Earl, first of all, welcome to the Philippines. If I'm not mistaken, it's your first time here. I want to know first, what made you decide to come to the Philippines of all places, because you've had an international career that has been impressive in taking you from country to country?
Man, I always heard about the PBA, the Philippines in itself, and it was an opportunity. I just said, why not? I want to come out here, have a good time. I still love to play the game of basketball, and just come out here, have some fun, get some wins.
Yes, sir. And Earl, let's talk about your NBA career real quick. 14th overall back in the 2009 draft. What was your biggest realization, playing in the NBA and now seeing different brands of basketball around the world?
Oh, man, it's been fun. I've been fortunate enough to play for 14 years now. Professional. Everywhere I've been, it's been different and kind of came in a way, but it's been a great experience. I got to see a lot of beautiful places, great countries, and I had a good time doing it.
It looks like it, and I hope you have a great time here as well. Let's talk a bit more about your team, though. A lot of people say that when you get to the Philippines, you're going to feel the style of basketball because you're going to get hit in the very first play. How do you feel about the brand of basketball you've experienced here so far?
We played a couple scrimmage games. It's been fun. It's been competitive. It's funny. I hear that with every country I go to. So it's basketball. You gonna get hit. It's a physical game. We not out here playing cards. So I expect to be competitive and just get out here and have some fun.
Well, I know there are some card games that end up physical, but I don't think we're going to talk about that here tonight, Earl. Earl, of course, you also played in the Big Three as well, won Defensive Player of the Year there. You come here to NLEX at this point of your career. What do you think you're going to bring them in this particular conference?
I'm just trying to be myself, play my game, obviously help my teammates out, win some games. And I'm just looking out here to bring what I do to the team, help the club out as much as I can.
And Earl, how's the team gelling right now? How are you with your teammates? I just had a workout with Chris Rosales earlier, and he had good things to say about you. How's the team been for you?
It's been great. It's been tough right now because a lot of our guys is banged up, so we couldn't really practice as much as we can as far as like going up and down and competing. But the guys been coming in every day, working hard, trying to learn the plays, trying to get better, trying to learn the system. We haven't played a lot with each other since we only had 2 practice games, and with a few of our guys having COVID and some injuries. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure once the year come along, we got to play more games and practice more. We're gonna get better every day.
Earl, I want to talk a bit more about you and basically where you are, because this is a rare opportunity for us here to talk to a former NBA star, to talk to someone who's making his debut here in the Philippines, and a lot of people have their eyes on you. How do you cope with expectations like that? Because I'm sure wherever you went around the world, they are going to say hey, take a look at Earl. He used to play in the NBA. He used to be one of the guys that played with Kobe. And a lot of expectations always on your shoulders. So how do you deal with that on a personal level?
I just try to stay not too high, not too low. obviously, when you play in the NBA, it's a lot that come with that, and you're a great player, and you go to different countries. There's a lot of expectations. So I try to not to feed too much into it. I just want to be me, play my game. It's tough for a lot of imports to go to places and and be themselves and find a good situation because basketball is all about chemistry. It's all about timing, a little bit of luck, and just building a team that's willing to work for each other. So a lot of times in these situations where you get guys who who's really good, their imports, there's so much expectation that sometimes it can't turn sour or you can't be a scapegoat because who you are. It's easier to say it's this person part, that person part because of their status. So for me, I really not try to feed into it and look too much into other people or what they have to say. I just uh, go along with my teammates, try to keep things in the locker room, stay close, and just keep it in the family.
Well said, Earl. I mean, you're in the Philippines. Basketball is basically like a religion here, and a lot of Kobe fans as well. Can you talk to us a little bit more about your experience with him back when you were in the NBA? How did he help you, or maybe what are the things that you learned from him?
Yeah, Kobe was a great teammate of mine. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and lie like we hung out every day, but just being around somebody so great every day, being able to see their habits, that's what I was there for. I just wanted to see what he did every day, how he practiced, his work ethic, the little things that he do to get ready for the game, so I can incorporate it in my style and try to take something from me because you can't be around somebody as great as Kobe and not take something away from him. So with me, he was hands on. I sat next to him on the plane in the locker room. So, and I played a lot of games with him. So it was a lot of talks, a lot of encouragement, and he was great for my career. Having a guy like that have your back, it's like it's unbelievable, and it gives you great confidence, and it was just a great feeling.
Earl, it's so great talking to you, but before we let you go, I just want to ask you, what do you want to leave on the floor, or what do you want to leave in terms of memories here for the Filipino fans throughout your stint here in this particular conference at the PBA?
Oh man, I just want to have a good time. I want to get out, just touch the culture, the people, all the NLEX fans. I want them to have a great time at the game, and hopefully we can make a run and do something special this season, man. I think we got the makeup of a great team, a good contending team, and I just want to follow through with that.
Earl, we really appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you at the games.
Thanks, Earl. Good
My
luck with the
man.
season.
Thanks a lot, guys.
And after the break, we shift our focus to España to find out what to expect from the UST Growling Tigers after some major lineup changes. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. Welcome back to the game. With less than 2 weeks to go before the start of the UAAP, the UST Growling Tigers had to face an unexpected blow to their roster. Joining us to talk more about the changes and their preparations for the upcoming season is Paul Manalang, Nick Cabanero, and Kenji Doremdes. Tigers, welcome to the game.
Hello po, Kuya Diego.
Hello. Huwag niyo na ako ikuya. Okay lang yan. Pero
Kuya, itito nyo yan. Itito nyo si Diego.
Pero unang tanungin natin dito si Paul. Kasi parang nakikita ko dito si Paul. Si Philip nakalaban ko yan. 4 years in the UAAP and parehong-pareho, kamukhang-kamukha. Paul, kamusta naman ang preparations nyo leading into the UAAP? Kailan nyo rin nalaman na hindi pwede makalaro sa inyo sila Sherwin Concepcion and Brian Santos?
Actually, yung preparation po, okay na siya kasi nakapag-adjust na kami sa system ni Coach Bal. And yun, na-adapt na namin yung system niya. And then suddenly, yun nga, nung nasa Singapore kami, like, I think mga Monday yata yun, na may tune-up game kami sa Singapore. In-announce ni Coach Bal na si Sherwin and Brian, they're not eligible to play na for this season. So, medyo yung moral namin, medyo talagang bumabay kasi yung presence ng dalawa sobrang laking tulong sa team namin. So ngayon malaki adjustment yung kailangan namin gawin and kailangan mag-step up lahat, lalo na yung mga kaposition nila Sherwin and Brian na bago.
And Paul, captain ka last year, no? As one of the leaders of the team, anong sinasabi niyo sa team ngayon now that you guys know that some of your players won't even be playing in the UAAP?
Sa amin po, we take it in a positive way kasi sabi nga namin, challenge lang to sa team. And kung may ganitong challenge, kailangan na-accept natin. Hindi tayo pwedeng bumabad sa ganitong situation. Kailangan move forward agad. Kailangan meron willing mag-step up para din sa role ng dalawa na nawala.
In terms of stepping up, syempre kapag tinignan mo yung stats, in terms of yung scoring lang at least on the stat sheet, si Nick yung magiging next man up dapat at least on the stat sheet. Nick, has Coach Bal talk to you about it, yung role mo or yung increased role mo dahil yun nga wala yung mga ibang scorer niyo sa team?
Yeah, sinabi niya sa akin, nalaman ko na di sila makakalaro this UAAP, so I need to adjust myself din. Dapat makita ko yung mga rookies namin. Gusto ko na this upcoming season hindi na isipin na rookie sila. Gusto ko sila na mag-play rin sila as a veteran. So may pressure din sa akin part kasi at a young age din, malaki na yung responsibility ko sa team. So I hope tiwala lang ako kasi alam ko naman tiwala sa mga coaches and mga teammates sa akin.
And of course, now I want to move on to Kenji kasi you know, nakaka-relate ako kay Kenji being the son of someone great. Pero Kenji,
He had to say it.
Oo nga Kenji, ito muna. I don't know kung kilala mo kung sino dad ko. Magbukas ka ng encyclopedia.
Search mo na lang.
Hanapin mo na lang doon. Pero Kenji, when you look at yung team na to, syempre you're coming in, trying to make a difference, trying to make an impact as a rookie. What do you want to bring to this team? What can we expect from you?
Ang sa akin lang po, nung nalaman ko po na nung di na po makalaro sila Sherwin and Brian, I really wanted to make a difference po, like being the guy na who would do it all to win and to help the team. And yun nga po, gagawin ko lang po talaga lahat ng kailangan ng team sa akin. And paano po yun, be ready lang po and yun lang po.
And Kenji, I saw you actually working out the other day and I saw a glimpse of greatness right there, Pao. Pero Kenji, ikaw, you played in the States. Ano yung mga madadala mo dito going to the UAAP? Your experience playing against, more athletic guys in the US?
Siguro po yung madadala ko lang po is yung the how the game is played there. Like it's different talaga. Like it's more like yung players doon talented and more skillful. And yun po, siguro madadala ko po yun and a lot of like mental things din po.
Alam mo, I wanted to talk to si Coach Balsan to see how you guys are preparing or what the idea of how a proper or how a Coach Baldabit team has to look like. But since we don't have him here at the moment, Nick, ikaw na lang muna. when you look at Coach Baldavid and what he's asking you to do, can you describe kung what UST will look like next season?
I think binibuild up niya kami as not only players inside the court but outside. Kasi parang father figure kasi siya sa amin. Parang capable ka makipag-usap sa kanya kahit hindi siya related to basketball. So I think parang yung system niya is ang bilis nang ma-absorb namin. Yun nga, sad to say nga, nawala yung dalawa. Ang laki ng factor na yun. Pero it doesn't mean na we will give up na. Pero we will set that as a motivation na to build ourselves na dapat every game kaya pa namin.
And talking about, building the team, build yourselves up. Paul, ikaw naman, kamusta yung experience nyo sa PBA D-League? That's one of your preparations also before the UAAP. Playing against pro guys and some of the college teams as well.
Actually, yung D-League po sa amin, it's a big help for us kasi yun nga, mga iba, mga naglaro na sa pro and yun, katulad nila Juan. Siguro yung lang din kasi wala pa silang KMC nun, wala pa yung mga newcomers namin ng time na yun. So siguro doon nag-adjust pa din kami sa part na yun kasi bagong dating sila sa amin. Hindi namin sila nakasama all throughout the off-season games na.
Gentlemen, that's Paul Manalang, Nick Cabanero, and Kenji Duremdes. Maraming salamat. Good luck in the upcoming season. Ako personally, sobrang excited na ako to hear a full house screaming and singing Go Uste, and hopefully hindi nyo kalaban Lasal when that happens.
I'll see you guys Friday.
Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you. Ingat kayo.
Alright, see you guys.
After the break, we'll find out more about Marck Espejo's passion for the game of volleyball and more through Courtside stories. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. back. You're still watching the game. Now, before we shift our focus to the semifinals action in the Spikers Turf Open Conference, let's dig deeper and get to know some of the athletes in the men's volleyball scene. Now, to take us through all these courtside stories, we have with us a veteran of the craft. The insider of Spikers Turf, the one, the only. She's worked through many generations of Del Rosarios, Mika Abesamis. Welcome to the game.
Thank you very much, Paolo.
And,
Diego.
and dahil nagkinuya ako kanina ng mga college athletes, can I call...
No, be
Ate?
respectful.
Okay.
I was actually gonna say that I feel like I've gone full circle just by being with another Del Rosario on television.
Ano mo, it really
It's such a big deal.
It has happened a lot more than people would like to admit. Pero okay, simulan muna natin dito. So you're now covering men's volleyball,
Yes.
which is something that, aminin na natin, we don't necessarily cover a lot, especially throughout our broadcasting career. Your first thoughts of the game, what you've seen, and of course, talking to these guys.
Okay, well, the first time they called me to do it, I was like, okay, I've been doing basketball for 2 years, and then suddenly I get to do this new sport. So at first I was like, is it gonna be as exciting, or is it gonna be like, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect. I just thought, okay, I was just gonna sit there and try it out. The first day I was there, it was the first time in my career that for 2 games, I was actually standing up. Kasi diba usually, pag kukuha ka ng report, you're seated, you just observe and then you write stuff. I was standing up the whole time. Grabe yung intensity ng Spikers Turf. Ibang klase yung men's volleyball. So that was my first experience.
You know what I want to ask also? Kamusta yung difference ng athleticism? Because basketball is a different sport compared to volleyball, but a lot of jumping involved.
Right. So, basketball, di ba? Feeling mo, yun na yung mga pinakamatataas tumalon.
Yep.
But when I saw the players on Spikers Turf, I was like, they can reach the roof. Ang tataas tumalon, and grabe yung legs nila. They were really working it. Ibang klase.
It's funny kasi sometimes when you talk to them, Mika, they'll tell you na, alam mo, parang I feel out of shape. Parang mahirap na mag-dunk eh.
Yes.
And as someone who has never dunked in my life, Diego, ikaw rin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oo, sabihin na natin like that, sobrang, well, I'm jealous. Pero syempre, you talk to them also beyond being an athlete.
Right.
Kasi syempre, it's about getting to know the players also.
Right. So I actually want to focus on that more because, of course, the panelists, they do na what they see. So I'd like to talk about, the more personal things. And I actually found out, like, there's this one team, they're called the Army team.
Yeah, Army.
I got to talk to them and they actually said na before being athletes, they wanted to be stuntmen in movies.
Very
So imagine, di ba? That was their first goal daw. Parang kasi they had the bodies, they were athletic. Sabi nila, parang gusto namin maging stuntmen sa mga pelikula, ganyan. Pero nung nagkaroon daw ng opportunity mapunta sa sports, grinab na nila. Pero di ba? Ang sayang kwento no na imagine mo, may makikita kang mga... Ikaw, alam ko, nag-theater ka rin eh, di ba?
Let's not dive into my life. Pero hindi rin ako nag-stuntman, no? Pero iba rin yung stuntman.
Pero grabe, we actually had the Army team here in the show, and sinabi nila nga na, they do a lot of things outside of volleyball.
Right.
Pero kamusta naman when you talk to these players? Ano yung difference when you talk to basketball players, medyo iba yung vibe nila compared to volleyball players?
Alam mo yung volleyball players kasi parang ang fresh.
Parang
Because,
chill lang
I mean,
no?
we have been watching basketball in this country for a long time. Then recently, all of a sudden, volleyball is now a huge deal, right? So they actually appreciate how they are given attention and akala nga nila, yung kaharamihan sa kanila, they wanted to be basketball players before.
Yeah.
Pero nung nagkaroon ng chance mag-volleyball, ito pala yung mas passion nila. And talagang excited sila to do this, talagang happy sila that people are actually watching a lot of volleyball now.
Yeah, it's crazy kasi syempre yung crowds, they're getting bigger and bigger. In fact, the last few games, puno yung bleachers. And of course, you talked about some players wanting a basketball career. And one of the notes given to us, syempre, ako dito Marck Espejo's basketball career? Ano yan?
I see it though. I kind of see it,
Yeah, diba?
Well, he can jump.
So just alley-oop dunk kaya ni Marck Espejo, feel ko kaya niya.
So when I was talking to him on a more intimate situation, kasi yung kaming dalawa na lang, so sabi ko, ikwento mo nga sa akin yung past mo. Tapos sabi niya, he really wanted to get into basketball daw nung una. Kasi nga hindi pa masyadong napapansin yung volleyball daw at the time.
Yeah.
But when I think he worked with some coaches, nakita nila na parang mas may potential kang mag-volleyball. So he tried it out, tapos bigla na lang daw nagulat siya na, wow, ang laki na nga ng volleyball dito sa Philippines. So, ayun, na-realize niya na it's actually a better sport for him. Mas natuwa daw siya na ito yung napuntahan niyang path.
Alam mo, for those wondering if Mark's actually still connected to his basketball roots, kung makita niyo sa mga stories niya, they actually still practice in basketball jerseys from time to time at naka-Lakers jersey
for fun,
siya.
yeah.
Oh, just for fun. Naka-Lakers jersey siya. So for all the Laker haters out there, sorry na kayo. Pero Jeg, syempre, when you look at these guys coming in and then being from one sport going to the other, I think a lot of people can actually relate to that story.
Well, when you talk about, going for a different sport, especially late in your career, it's gonna be a little tough. But if you see that you're actually good at it, if Marck Espejo is one of the best volleyball players here in the country,
with
right?
anything.
Yeah,
I agree. Grabe yung katawan niya.
If you're a great athlete,
It's really different. Pero syempre, Mika, before we let you go, what are your main takeaways from your first experience here with men's volleyball?
I love men's volleyball. It was a great experience. Grabe yung intensity. I mean, I love women's volleyball as well, right? But ito talaga, it's like they're so serious. Actually, they're very serious. Some of them actually are getting ready, I think, for other things, no? But basically, it's a super fun, serious experience that I'd like to do again and again.
Mika, out of respect for you, I will never call you tita or ate. Pero maraming salamat. No, you cannot either. All right? And none of my partners ever will.
Okay.
Maraming salamat,
Okay,
Mika.
thank
We
you very
can't wait
much
to
for
see you
declaring
again.
that tonight.
Thank you.
Paolo.
Catch the semifinals of the Spikers Turf Open Conference happening tomorrow on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on Signal Play.
And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paulo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.